I was in Rome, and I remember walking into St. Peter's Basilica for the first time. And I came to the tomb of St. Peter, and I fell to my knees. And then I knew that God's really calling me to be a priest. But then what did I do? Well, I came back to America, took my MCATs, got back together with my old girlfriend, moved to Cincinnati, did anything I could to avoid responding to the call, even though I knew, but somehow or the other, God catches up with you. I began the seminary in 1997 and was ordained in 2002. Now, when I began the seminary, often I was with Monsignor Robert Amon. He was at Holy Angels Church, which used to be on Grandin Road. He was the last Monsignor in our archdiocese, and he had had 7 hip replacements. He was a canon lawyer, worked at the tribunal for 40 years, and to see how faithful he was, even with great pain, made a profound impression on me. He never missed a genuflection. He would do sick calls, and once there was an elevator that was broken, he climbed 7 flights of stairs to bring an elderly woman communion. And on the way down, I was worried about him. I said, Monsignor, if you fall, don't worry, I'll catch you. And he said, no, if I fall, we'll both be dead. And so when I became a priest, Monsignor gave me his chalice, and so I remember him often at Mass, and I am very grateful to him. And then during my pastoral year, they could not have placed me with a priest who was more opposite than Monsignor Amon. They placed me with Father Bill Kennedy, who very often would wear, a green golf shirt that said himself. It was filled with holes, wore white pants, green socks, white shoes, would smoke Pall Malls unfiltered, was left-handed. And it was a great, all-around great guy. And the first thing he asked me was like, do you like sports? Yeah. Do you like beer? Yeah. He said, we'll get along just fine. And so Father Kennedy told Father Hemmerly, who was the rector, oh, don't worry about Earl, I'll rough out his smooth edges. And even though we were complete opposites, he taught me how to have fun. You don't always have to be serious as a priest. You can enjoy life and enjoy the priesthood and still be a good priest. And while Father Kennedy wasn't so straight-laced, he had a marvelous gift with visiting the sick and the elderly. And in a way, his life was very much centered around daily Mass. And so he really taught me how to be human. And it was a great gift. And we had a great time together. As an ordination gift, he actually got me, without any consultation, of course, he and Father Chuck Mentrup got me a trip to Las Vegas. And my mother was so much against gambling, but she loved Father Kennedy. And she said, well, where are you? I said, Mom, I'm going away this week with Father Kennedy. Well, where are you going? Well, I'm going away with Father Kennedy. Well, where are you going? And then it came to me, I'm going on retreat in the desert. We had a lot of fun. At the end of the Vegas trip, I thought, well, I better go to confession before I get on a plane. And there was an elderly Divine Word priest, and he said to me, son, I have a little bit of advice for you. Get on this plane, get out of the city as quickly as you can, and never come back. That was good advice. And so Father Kennedy remained a great friend of mine until his death in 2013. Our last hurrah, this gives you an indication, was to go to Pamplona for the running of the bulls. Archbishop Schnur found out I was going and said, well, you're going as the translator, right? But we had a lot of fun together. And he would always say to me, it's a great life if you don't weaken. So I've been really blessed in my lifetime, both as a seminarian and as a priest, with good priests around me.